Why do we call them car keys when there's only one key? Because for most of the history of cars, there was more than one. We often had one key that opened the door's trunk, possibly glove box, and another that was just for the ignition. Just like we still dial phone numbers, even though phones haven't had physical dials on them in about 35 years or more. Some people still call TV remotes clickers, even though the original Zenith device that clicked has been used since the 1950s or so. We keep the words around after we get used to them. I just call them my keys because there are 3 of them, my car, and 2 doors to my house. It's kinda like how the QWERTY keyboard design was originally designed, so keys wouldn't slam into each other when typing on typewriters. But people got so used to the positioning that it stuck around to the modern day, even though technically there's no reason for it anymore. Some cars even had a separate key for the glove compartment. God, now I officially feel old. There is a generation of people that don't remember cars having a key for the doors and one for the ignition. Mine doesn't even have a key anymore. I hate it. My Monty had an ignition key, door lock key, gas cap key. Remember the car alarms that you would activate outside the car with another key? I just refer to it as a car key. I do use the plural for example, can you pass me the house keys, but that's because it contains more than one key. I remember a key for the doors, the ignition, and a small one for the glove box. Was nice you could lock the doors with the engine running, and both front doors had external locks. There used to be the ignition and the door key. My first car had 3 keys. One key was for ignition doors, one was for fuel door, one was for the boot. Cause they go in your pants also only one. BFFFTT young people. Joking, my first car was a 1982 Chevy Citation. A nice 2-tone shade of beige. It had 2 keys, one for the ignition, one for the trunk doors. One round, one square for the bow handle part so you knew which was which. There used to be one for the doors and one for the ignition. Each car used to take 2 keys. One for the ignition, one for the trunk. There used to be more than one. There used to be separate keys for doors, trunk, and hood. Used to be a few keys. Ignition, door, and trunk could have all been different. Now it's not even a key, it's just a fob for a push-button start. Should there be a hey fuckers, want feel old? Flair? S. My grandpa's 86 Lincoln has 3 keys. One for the ignition, one for the doors, and one for the trunk. His 91 Ford station wagon had 2, ignition and doors. This was the norm for a very, very long time.